Y'all, Krystal Evans' story has so many wild turns and twists, and honestly, it's very disturbing. What led up to the unaliving of Krystal Evans by her ex husband, Tom Mallory, is just very heartbreaking. The story is full of red flags, an extensive history of DV, erectile dysfunction, alleged cheating, down low activity, infidelity, jealousy, stalking, forgery, and so much more. And the fact that they owned a business together complicated things even further. I'm going to lay it all out for you. There's lots of screenshots and photos to help explain what it is that I found during this 10 hours of research. I'm going to share how Tom and Krystal went from being a loving couple to him unaliving her. Do with this what you will. This is what I found from everything that I've pieced together. So let's get into it. Krystal Evans, whose real name is Majorie, was born in 1979 to Rachel and Walter Evans. Krystal Evans was unalived by her ex husband Tom 2 days after their divorce was final. In a previous video, I said that I read that a judge had denied the restraining order. But after research, I did not find any court documents that said that a restraining order was denied. However, I did find that two temporary protective orders were dismissed for various reasons. And I'll tell you about those in just a moment. Krystal was a mom who was loved by many. These are her two daughters. Krystal recently lost her mom August 28th of 2024, just weeks before her own passing. Krystal's father passed away years before. Krystal said that her and Tom met when she was just 12 years old. It appears that they grew up in Griffin, Georgia, which is just a little less than an hour outside of Atlanta. Time passed. As life happened, Krystal got married to a guy named Michael in 2023, and they eventually divorced. And at some point, she got with Tom. On September 20th, 2010, Tom registered and started Mallory T and K Contracting, which is a construction business. Tom and Krystal tied the knot a few weeks later on November 15, 2010. Pictures on Facebook showed that Krystal and Tom did what most family and couples do. She often spoke about her and Tom having ups and downs. And in a Facebook post, she shared that on April 2020, her and Tom got into a really bad accident. She said that this car accident left her disabled for the rest of her life and that she had to learn how to walk again, but that Tom was there every step of the way. In the post, she said that she hopes and she prays that every marriage gets healing and patience that's needed to see it to death do us part. And for me, that was like really chilling. At some point, things took a turn for worse for Krystal and Tom. On December 22nd, 2022, Krystal filed her first TPO against Tom at the Spaulding Superior Courthouse. In that court document, she said that on December 17th, Tom barricaded her in her home, repeatedly called her family and friends and children, forged a deed to Krystal's house with a stolen notary stamp. She stated that he was going to unalive her, then unalive himself, and that he wanted for his daughter to have a home to go to when he was gone. On December 27th, 2022, Krystal filed for a divorce from Tom. And on January 6th, 2023, the TPO she had filed on December 22nd was dismissed. So on February  21st, 2023, Krystal filed another TPO, but this time she said that sometime in February that Tom had a key to her house and would let himself in. He threatened the locksmith and accused him of being Krystal's boyfriend. Tom slid up under her house and was listening to her conversations, and he cut her water, power, and Wi-Fi cord, which is pretty nuts. On April 17, 2023, the second TPO order was dismissed for failure to appear and proceed. I'm guessing that around 2022, probably earlier, things just really started getting chaotic. On February 20th, 2023, Krystal told the world that if something happened to her, that Tom did it. And starting like around 2024, Krystal seemed to have had just enough of Tom and she just did not hold back anything online. On 23rd, 2024, she told him to stop slandering her name. On August 22nd, 2024, she posted a stack of paperwork stating that it is his entire police report from his first marriage and all of his girlfriends. So I guess he's been doing these kind of things. On August 14, 2024, she posted a video exposing his alleged down low activities and buying men cars. She also had footage of Tom driving past her house. She exposed him for trying to hook up with people that she knew. Krystal also had to get the police involved to get back trucks, an ATV, and other expensive things that Krystal said belonged to her. At times, she was even offering rewards. And she shared in comments that Tom basically tried to destroy and take everything from anyone who had issues with him, including those from previous relationships. She also stated other things. Pause to read. Remember that business that they had? Well, on June 21st, 2024, Krystal resigned as the registered agent from the company, so she was separating herself from that business. Their business seemed to do well before all of this. However, towards the end of their dissolving marriage, the business faced lawsuits, a garnishment, and a few other legal issues, and the business was officially closed in July 3rd of 2024. And the Facebook page currently shows it's closed. However, the page timeline is filled with posts of Krystal exposing Tom of mishandling the business, not paying invoices, and alerting the public that they are not to purchase any equipment from Tom because of legal proceedings. She went as far as to warn people from doing business with him. In a Facebook post, she shared that she had legal ownership of much of the equipment because it was in her name. And around July 29th of 2024, Krystal began to attempt to sell the dump trucks that she owned on Facebook. On September 11th, 2024, she was granted a divorce and a permanent restraining order against Tom. On September 12th, she made a Facebook post asking him to be left alone because everything is over and done. And on September 13th, 2024, he unalived her at the same courthouse she had gotten a divorce from. It said that she was there for something unrelated to the divorce, though. It's being alleged that the day of the shooting, Tom had to stand before a judge due to some criminal charges. And instead of Tom being locked up immediately, the judge allowed for him to turn himself in the upcoming Monday or Tuesday. But now, see, Tom had other plans, messed up plans at that. Due to the outrage and speculation, the sheriff made a Facebook post that he wrote himself. In the post, he said that Tom pulled up to the passenger side of Krystal's car and fired through the window. He said the police heard shots. A marked car followed him. He refused to pull over, and at some point, he ended up shooting himself. People were upset and felt like this should have never happened because it is being alleged that protection was asked for Krystal. But the sheriff said they didn't ask him. Someone close to Krystal said that Tom had shot himself in the jaw, but the sheriff said in the head. Here's the Facebook post written by the sheriff. Pause to read. And here's the second page. The sheriff basically said that Tom and Krystal had a toxic relationship and that the police was involved in coming to their house a lot. Family members are calling for the judge and the sheriff to resign, and her daughter is calling for justice. Share this so we can get what happened to Krystal Evans out into the world. And stop unaliving Black women, please.